Hi there, welcome to Dino's World, and surprise, I have the brand new 2025 Yezdi Adventure that's just been launched with me. Thanks to Motorcult Java, you can reach out to them to get your hands on this amazing black beauty. Looks absolutely stunning in this all black attire. And what all updates have classic legends packed into the new Yezdi Adventure to make it a force to reckon with, to take on the likes of Himalayan or the Adventure 390. We're going to find out in this video. So without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, the design silhouette. So the overall design silhouette gets a major overhaul. Front fascia, especially if you can have a look here, you get a dual headlamp layout with a projector lamp. So the lighting part is taken care of. These days, many people tend to tour during the night or ride longer distances during the night. Prefer touring during the night. For them, an effective lighting system is really crucial, and that is the reason they go for aux lights and extra bit of lighting to light up their way. But I think this dual headlamp layout is more than sufficient to light your way through the darkest night. Even the bullet kind of turn blinkers have a very good aesthetic to them, adds on to the overall visual appeal. In other brands, you gotta have to pay more to get this kind of design for the turn blinkers, but here it is available as standard. Now, one look at this machine. It's a purpose-built machine to take on any kind of terrain. There have been very good stories or very good testimonials of owners. I've heard about the previous gen adventures as well. There might be some teething problems, but the overall feel of the bike and what it is capable of has kind of impressed people who would like to take the roads less traveled. And one look at the machine, you know that it's a proper adventure tourer. 21-inch spoke wheels, 17-inch rear, and these are tube tires with spoke wheels. You don't get tubeless tires as of now. That's kind of okay, and I mean, the people who do extreme off-roading understand why that's the case. Also, longer suspension travel, 200 mm front, 180 mm rear, so adequate amount of suspension travel to kind of take on or tame any terrain, anytime, any place. Also, looking at the crash guards, now this are, I think, kind of units to carry the jerry cans and also serve as the crash guard. You also have very good quality metal bash plate at the bottom. Then talking about the suspension, 41 mm forks up front, telescopic forks up front, and very beautifully laid out monoshock at the back adds on to the rugged feel and helps you take on more tougher terrains with more confidence, because look at the suspension travel and the way the linkage suspension is laid out. It is centrally placed to aid in mass centralization, make sure that the weight distribution is evenly balanced, and the bike feels much more in control whether you're on road or off road. It's a very sturdy layout, be it the chassis structure, the swing arm, monoshock, everything works together in perfect harmony to tame or to conquer any kind of terrain. Also, coming to the tank. Now this is a 15.5 liter tank. It's a decent amount of tank volume such that you don't have to make adequate fuel stops. Next, looking at the seat. Now saddle takes a very important place for long distance touring. If the saddle is not if it is too soft, it is not so good. If it is too hard, doesn't work out. So it has to be the perfect balance. So once you sit on the bike, you get an idea. First of all, the saddle height is 815 mm. It's not too tall, nor is it too low. At the same time, adequate amount of ground clearance, 220 mm of ground clearance to take on challenging terrains and any kind of rocks or boulders or even steeper potholes that you might encounter on the more uncharted territories. Then once you sit on the bike, the ergonomics is very well sorted. The rider's triangle is perfectly established. The way the handlebar is positioned, to the way you are seated, to the way the foot pegs are positioned, everything is perfectly aligned such that you don't feel fatigued, or it is not going to wear you down or tire you down at the end of a hectic ride. Like after riding 500-600 kilometers through on road and off road, maybe a Ladakh kind of an experience, it's not going to tire you down because you have an assist and slipper clutch. I mean, you have a slipper clutch to watch your back while doing faster downshifts, lighter clutch pull, good light and crisp throttle with not too much of throttle rotation angle, such that you have adequate amount of access to the power band as well as the torque band that's on offer. So the foot pegs, as I told you, are neatly positioned for comfortable riding posture. So that is well sorted. Then even the pillion seat is very well accessible, well padded, such that if you want to ride two up with your partner, I think this is one of the motorcycles that makes it practically possible. Then the exhaust route mapping is revised now, and it's changed to offer a good bass heavy exhaust note, and also make sure that the ground clearance is far more better utilized. So let's have a look at let's have a listen to the exhaust note now. You can see clean revving exhaust note, bass heavy exhaust note. It has the thump of a proper retro motorcycle. Beautiful clean revving engine. So 334cc single cylinder, liquid cooled, fuel injected manaki Alpha 2 engine, putting out around 30 PS of max power and 30 Newton meters of max torque. 6-speed gearbox to paatu manaki labistundi. Adequate amount of torque being made available in the bottom end to the mid range, such that you can take on this kind of off-road trails much more easily, and even more challenging terrains much more easily. And also everything comes equipped to the core, and every element screams practicality and is purpose built. So you can see be it the suspension, the long travel suspension, massive front wheel, the 320mm disc rotor, dual channel ABS. You have ABS modes that you can choose as per the terrain you find yourself in, and then you also have switchable traction control. So ABS is switchable, and so is traction control. So it's a proper well built thoroughbred adventure motorcycle that you can thrash around in challenging scenarios. Then talking about the engine, the Alpha 2 334cc single liquid cooled fuel injected engine is also fine-tuned to the core in this new gen model. So it puts out 30 PS of max power and 30 Newton meters of max torque, 6-speed gearbox. So the gear ratios are well matched, such that again in the lower gears you can tackle these kind of challenging terrains and off-road terrains much more easily without having to change too many gears. And the equipment that I keep emphasizing about, like the heat shield, the matte black finish, the overall paint quality, the demeanor of the bike, especially in this black attire, looks really premium and well put together. Then you also have saddle stays already pre-installed. You have crash guards, and these can also serve as carriers of jerry cans. So you have a very good quality metal bash plate. So everything is so well sorted, you don't have to pay even a single extra penny to make it even better or accessorize it further, because you already get saddle stays. You have a luggage rack at the back where you can slap on a top box. You have adequate amount of ground clearance. You have a good amount of lighting, a very good quality side stand. Now one thing about the side stand is the incline angle of the bike once it's on a side stand is a little too sharper. So what happens is, especially when you load it with luggage and panniers, it might be a little tough for you to lift it off the stand. So if they can make it a little more straighter while parked on the side stand, I think that will be more practical for those who would like to do long distance touring. And now talking about the way the motorcycle rides. Now the Adventure, the Yezdi Adventure has always been a very underrated motorcycle. It is a very capable motorcycle that can take you anywhere, any place effortlessly. It has a champion engine, beautifully orientated chassis, superb equipment to kind of dominate or kind of conquer any kind of terrain, be it Ladakh or be it any mountain terrains or any valley roads or this kind of dirt trails or on tarmac. So seldom do you find a motorcycle that is as good off-road as much as it is on-road, or as good on-road as much as it is off-road, because these are primarily meant to thrive on off-road conditions like these. These are dirt parks where they really shine brighter than ever. But when it comes to on-road performance and long distance touring, they are supposed to feel better and more plush and not supposed to tire you down. And that is where this Yezdi Adventure shines brighter than ever. It is as effortless and as fatigue free as it is in conquering these kind of dirt trails when you're riding it on road, covering longer distances. So that is a major plus and a good character of a proper adventure tourer, because it helps you cover more distance and more miles with a bright smile on your face. So that's pretty much it. Everything is very well sorted. As I told you, the clutch pull or the throttle rotation, the saddle, the equipment, the engine refinement, and the overall maintenance package is not over the top, so it's something that you can maintain without too much of a hassle. And the rugged build quality shines through every element that has been included, like the brake lever for the this thing rider, even the foot pegs, open teeth foot pegs or open teeth brake lever. Everything is rugged and purpose built to highlight the actual character of true adventure lurking underneath. So if you like what you see and want to see more pure automobile content, stay tuned for Dino's Vault. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.